Hello friends, how are you doing? Day 412, and I'm coming in tonight to share with you the first week's check-in. Basically, I've been reading The Artist's Way with some friends, and so if you watch my other one, essentially The Artist's Way is a process to help clear any blocks when it comes to your creativity. And so I don't really have any blocks right now, but I figured I might as well learn something that I can potentially use or if I inevitably will have any blocks. And so uh, you can read it and do it by yourself. It's a whole experience, a whole 12-week journey, or you can do it with a small group. She recommends having 4 people, and she calls it a cluster. She says 3 people might be a little too little because not enough diversity, and 5 may be too much because it'll just take too long with your weekly check-ins. And so fortunately I have a perfect group of 4, but this first week we will only have 3. One person had a family emergency, so he wasn't able to join us, but Charmaine and Donna were able to still show up, and that was awesome. We had a great discussion. And so with the check-in, so every day there's something we have to do is called morning pages. Essentially, it's an opportunity to do a mind dump. Essentially, get rid of any clutter in the mind, stuff that don't really that can clog up your thought process. And so you're supposed to write down 3 pages every single morning. First thing when you get up, wake up and so forth, and just write down 3 pages. Just say put aside half an hour. And so let's see here. The purpose of the check-in is to give you a journal of your creative journey. And so she also wants us to be able to later share the tools with others and be able to go back on the notes and really find something or learn something about ourselves. And so we're not supposed to read the morning pages until later on. I don't know when that is, maybe week 8, week 10, or what have you, but we're supposed to not actually look at them while we write them. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot of days, a lot of notes. And so it'll be interesting though. It'll be interesting. And so let's see here. Okay, so first thing to ask is very simple. How many days this week did you do your morning pages? And so we all did them, 7 days. And how was the experience for you? And so we kind of each shared our experiences. Both of the ladies, they actually really enjoyed it. I don't remember exactly everything they say, and I won't speak for them. But for me, there was some resistance, to be honest, with the morning pages, mainly because I think right now I don't have any blocks, so I don't feel like I have any blocks. And so it's kind of like, okay, why am I doing this? However, I am open to learning, and I'm following the process. So we will see what comes of it after a few more weeks. And then the second thing we check in with asks, did you do your artist date this week? And so every week we're supposed to take ourselves on a date for 2 hours, and it could be anything to help us with our creativity. So we connect with Mother Nature. We can go to an art store or a craft store, go play in a ballpark. What do you call those? A whole bunch of balls. And whatever it is, right? And so let's see. It says here, artist dates can be remarkably difficult to allow yourself. And so we're supposed to share what did we do and how did it feel. And so for me, it was really great just to slow down. I went to Central Park. That was a few days ago, and I just connected with myself. But also, I was able to slow down and just kind of notice some of the details. The ducks flying right along the ice, the kids laughing and playing, the dogs, the curiosity, the trees, the greenery, and how beautiful it is. And then just into the sun and the clouds. It was just amazing. And so it was actually quite nice. I always love connecting with Mother Nature. So Not sure what I'm going to do this week, but I'll let you know next week. And then number 3, what were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? And describe them. So it's the creative recovery. Like, again, this process is to help anybody get rid of their creative blocks. So it could be an artist, it could be a mother, even, right, managing a household. It could be a poet, a writer, a musician. Doesn't matter. Anything that requires creativity, a dancer. And so it'll be interesting. And so week 2, the topic is recovering a sense of identity. And so that'll be an interesting one. I'm not sure what to expect because I didn't read it beforehand. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect. And, you know, anytime I start something new, it's always exciting because you don't know what to expect, I went in blind, literally blind. My friend Charmaine, she's like, hey, I'm reading this. You know, I forgot. I'm like, did you want to do this together? I forget if you asked me. She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. And so I literally just jumped into it and got some people together, and boom, here we go. Here we are. Anyway, yeah, and a friend of mine, Carrie, she actually wrote on my post that she had read The Artist's Way before, and she's still doing her morning pages. Oh my gosh! I'm like, wow, and she loves it. And so I'm like, okay, there has to be something to it, right? So I'm open to going through the process and seeing if the morning pages will actually help me in any way. And, you know, but it was also a great reminder for her that she needs to actually go and revisit the weekly artist state. And so that's my reflection from the check-in with my cluster this week. And I look forward, I'm still doing my morning pages, so I look forward to seeing what week 2 brings. Okay, see you, my friends. Bye-bye.